Hello everyone, this is Shadow Dragon from the DCUO community, and I'm doing this video to show off the new Champion Material Pack because they announced on the live stream that we have a new booster bundle, and along with that they also released the first ever material pack on the marketplace. So that means this is the first materials we can get that don't have to do with RNG. We don't have to open like a whole bunch of capsules to get a rare collection. We can just flat out buy it. And like the previous Aura packs, you get a whole bunch and you can claim them on all characters on the account. So the more characters you have, the better the value. And there are a couple of characters that I want to show applying this on because they kind of have problematic armories that kind of need some kind of material to correct the textures and stuff. So this character you're seeing here is a Sivak from Dragonlance. So he's part dragon, part human, and he needs to wear like silver armor. Now the thing about this is, because I'm trying to make him like half dragon, there are certain parts he needs to retain like on every style, and they're not necessarily going to match like the armor pieces that I want on him. So like the head always has to have this helmet, the biomech helmet, and the feet, since I want them to be sharp and kind of have talons. This is the demonic feet. Now, if I want him to have a variety of armor, I can get the shape right, but without some kind of material, it's just not going to match up with each other. This one is actually the same set that just doesn't happen to match. Maybe it's the body type or something, but this is Greco-Roman chest and legs, and they kind of don't match. Like one is darker than the other. And then as a team thing on all of my villains, I have the Lethal Zealot gloves, which is both like metallic and matte. The waist is his tail. It's the demonic tail, so that's something I don't want to be metallic. As well as the wings, I want those to stay organic. So let's take a look at the item in the marketplace. So I didn't purchase this yet, on my premium account at least. So here it is, Champion Materials Pack. It's going to be 2,000 if you're not a member, and I believe it's 1,800 if you're legendary. And there goes all the station cash on this account pretty much. Okay, so we'll take a look at the permissions and stuff. This is a little bit bugged right now, because normally when you claim something from here it should gray out, but this doesn't. So pay attention to which one you're clicking. So here's bronze first, and you see it doesn't gray out. I believe they're going to look into this because it should be consistent. So it's gold and silver. Now you have to bear with me, I don't have too much experience with materials since I only have 2 on my main account, and I don't use them a whole lot actually. So another thing about this is, besides it being not related to RNG, these are probably 3 of the best materials because they're not flashy. Like they're pretty plain and boring, but that means they can be applied to a lot more things. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at what it looks like on this style. So first of all, with materials, you do want to set the slots because you're only allowed to use 3 at a time. That's probably a memory thing. So I guess if you owned like 5 materials, you can't like apply 5 different ones to the set you're wearing. Okay, so bronze, silver, gold will go in the same medal order of the Olympics. Okay, so when you go back to styles, they should now appear here. So yeah, one of the disadvantages of these materials is it colors all three slots that color. So I am losing his eyes when I do the head like that. But we'll just see how it looks. Accessories the same. The shoulders will get corrected because that has like a feathery gradient effect. And then the top is like somewhat metallic, but it doesn't match like the rest of the suit. But with this material, now it does. And silver sort of looks like it has a blue tint, which I kind of like on this character, because he's ice. There's no emblem. So hands, we also want silver. You could also apply all, but I really don't want to overdo it, because it kind of looks tacky when you just apply all. Waist, we're leaving his tail skin color, so I'm not going to apply it to that. Feet probably won't look too much corrected, but just going to do that to match. Now the chest we're going to notice the biggest difference on, because it just got significantly lighter, and now you could really see the detail on it. So the nice thing about the plain materials is all the details show through. It's not being hidden behind like a special effect. Because had this been like Phoenix or Time Torn material, you wouldn't get all this stuff. Now with the other existing materials, you do get it with chrome and stealth. And the legs probably won't be affected too much, but again, it's all matched up now. And the other important thing is, of course, weapons. Because often you're going to have a character, you might have a character colored, like using the 4 slots, using something else. But if you're using like swords and axes and stuff, you kind of want those to be metallic and not locked to like, you know, plasticky colors. So another application to pretty much any character, even if you're not using the materials on your armor, is your weapons. What does he have for the mastery? The bow doesn't really have to be metallic. Yeah, I'll just leave the bow. So the armor set itself looks a lot better. Now the thing that I'm probably going to go back and do is I'll take it away from the head, because I like the eyes. I like the eyes as a different color. So what I would do in this case is go into these colors and then try to adjust this so it matches the silver. But I won't spend the video doing that. I'll do that on my own time. But you get the idea. Like you try to make most of it match, and then you can adjust the color palette without the material to try to match the material itself. So I will save this one for now. That one is okay. These two are kind of okay because they're highly metallic anyway, so I'm not going to touch those. I do have like a metallic Sinestro core armor on him. So maybe it's worth testing out the gold material on it. This is using one of the Amazonian ones, which is already matched. But if I could bring together some of the... Like the feet don't really match because they're the same feet style as before. But let's just take a look at what it looks like. See, right now the feet are a little bit brighter than the chest and the legs. So let's take a look at what gold looks like. In some cases, if you're going for gold, you might want to use bronze, because bronze is sort of, it's not that far off from it. Yeah, see, gold is really bright. It depends on the look you want for your character as well, because if you're going from like more of a cinematic look, it tends to be darker. So yeah, I'm kind of unsure about this one. I kind of want it to be a little bit brighter than this, but a little bit darker than the gold. But yeah, let's just take a look at bronze for now. Yeah, the feet definitely look much better like that. And again with the head I want to keep the eyes, so I'm not going to apply the material on that. I'm just going to maybe adjust this color to be darker. And let's just make his eyes yellow. That way there's something to accent both the aura and the runes on his wings, as well as the Sinestro core emblem. So yeah, actually bronze looks better on this suit. If it was gold, I think it would be a little bit too yellow. So let's go with that. So it's pretty subtle, but like if you're into customizing your costumes, it's a big help. Okay, so let me move on to another character that also has a practical application. Okay, so I'm back with teal'c, and this is a Stargate inspired character, and 3 of his armories are like for 3 of the system lords. So there's like the Serpent Guard armor, then we've got Anubis and Horus. So I kind of laid out the pieces as I would build them. And these are also low level pieces. This is like a level 20 character, so he doesn't have the higher ones. So these aren't the best pieces to create them with, but it's what I could come up with at level 20. But as you can see, the textures and the styles are all over the place. Like especially Anubis, like because there's no wolf or jackal head armor at this low level, this is basically the Halloween werewolf head. But I'm hoping if I apply a material to it, it'll make it more armor-like. So with the Serpent Guard armor, I kind of want to leave this one because it has some black parts. But I just wanted to show this because you have to know when to use a material and when not to. So if you're picking a style where it's made up of multiple materials, like if it's like plate mail over cloth, that's not a good one to apply like one of the materials on, because it's going to take over it and it's going to look stupid in a lot of those cases. So in this case, this is mostly the cybernetic set as the base as far as the chest and legs. And that kind of requires like a black matte part with metal over it. So it's not one that would look as good with the material. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that one. But if we go to one of the others, oh no, that's the wrong one. Waiting for the cooldown. Okay, so we're going to do Horus first. But as you can see, this is a combination of a lot of different things. We've got the barbarian legs, we've got the Egyptian chest, Egyptian hands for the claws, and then like the head is, it's like one of the Halloween ones, combined with the Greco-Roman helmet to try to make like a bird armor head. But the Egyptian one is like mixed gemstone, metallic, and matte. Greco-Roman is full metallic, and the bird mask is all matte. So let's go and redeem this. This is the same account as the other character, so all you have to do is go to redeem. And just claim all three again. Currently, with this not getting grayed out, you could accidentally like redeem multiple of the same material. But if you do that, you can just delete them. Or it says account bound, so you can just have one character download all of them and then just pass them in the shared bank. But once that gets corrected, you're just going to download it on one character and then consume it. Okay, so with Horus, let's go ahead and let's make everything gold. So we'll keep this guy bright, and we'll do the Anubis one as bronze, so we can get a look at it. I forgot to set this. Bronze, silver, gold. Wait, actually with this one I'm just going to apply all. So I wonder if I can just change a few things after that. Because like if the majority of it's going to get the material, I wonder if we could undo it for these items. Okay, cool. Okay, this one I would say is a bit overdone. Maybe I'll undo the back. Okay, that still looks alright. Yeah, this one doesn't come out as good because I would have liked to separate out the eyes. But I can't undo the head and then try to correct that with colors because the texture is completely different on that bird mask. But this does show an example of bringing together a lot of pieces that normally would not match. So let me go ahead and save that here. And now let's take a closer look at the bronze set. So this one, I purposely picked a whole bunch of pieces that don't match. We've got the werewolf head, Egyptian back, biomech shoulders, Egyptian hands, that's Dresden 7 chest. So we're going to take a look at that and see how it affects the lights on it. Shielded robot legs, Egyptian feet. So for this one, we're going to go ahead and apply all as well, since it's going to hit most of the pieces, and we'll do bronze. Okay, so it does cover up the lights on Dresden 7. And I'm going to release the material on the belt and back just like the other one. So if you look at the material in comparison to what I have saved in the armory, it looks way better. And the head does look armored this way. Whereas the one that's unmaterialized is definitely more organic. And there you have Dresden 7 mixing well with Shielded Robot and blending into Egyptian. And then if we take a look at, like, this is just a normal set that isn't going to use a material. But if we want to apply it to his weapon, that's what it looks like with regular colors. And then that is with the gold material, silver, and bronze. I do kind of like the bronze on that. So this is teal'c with his military suit, but he's got the gold staff still. Okay, so those are just some basic examples of how to use the material and how to mix it, you know, with regular color schemes and how to apply all. So I'll probably do a couple more as I get more detailed with some of my other characters, but I would say those are probably the two characters that had the most problematic styles before these materials. So it was a good correction for them. But anyway, check these out in the marketplace. It's once again 2,000 station cash for non-members, 1,800 for members. And they should always be in the marketplace, just like the aura packs. They're not going to go away like the booster bundles. I believe booster is probably 2 weeks, if I remember correctly. But anyway, yeah, check it out, and thanks for watching.